The ultimate strategy for disability dating. Online dating can be a challenging operation. It can be even harder if you have a disability or restrictions. But just because something is hard, doesn't mean it's impossible. There are ways for you to meet great people and have a great time. It doesn't matter what your restrictions may be, there's someone out there for you. But what happens when you think you've found them? What are the steps you should take? Well, here are some tips and tricks to help you make sure your date is successful. Be confident. One of the best pieces of advice that can be offered to you is that you need to be confident. You know you are an independent and self-reliant person. Regardless of the challenges you face, you deserve to feel comfortable with anyone you choose to be around. You know you deserve love and acceptance. You are an equal. You are strong, so make sure to show that. Be honest. It may be hard to approach your disability, but it's important. Your date needs to know that you may face certain challenges or restrictions, especially if it's going to end up being a deal breaker. You'll want to know that before you invest any real time into the person. Although it's unfortunate, it does happen. Honesty builds a strong relationship. Go out in public. Make sure your first date is somewhere public, with a good amount of people. Whether you're disabled or able-bodied, a first date should never be somewhere private. It's safer to be out in public when you're first getting to know someone. It's also a good idea to let someone know where you're going and who you're going with. Someone like a friend or a family member. Stay sober. Yes, a drink or two with dinner is acceptable. But you'll want to keep your wits about you. You don't want to have a clouded judgment, especially on a first date. If you have a few too many drinks, your date might try to take advantage of you. Even if you don't, your date is capable of that kind of behavior. Be safe. You never know what a person is truly like. You don't want to end up in a compromising or dangerous situation. Do your homework. Once you've made arrangements to go out on the date, do some research. Find somewhere that will take your restrictions into consideration. You don't want to show up at the restaurant, only to find out it's not accessible, because of your disability. You want your first date to be comfortable and relaxing. Make sure you're choosing a location that can be both. Leave details out. While it's important to be honest with your potential dates, it's also important not to be too honest. You want to keep certain details of your life private, until you get to know someone. Details like where you're employed, or the neighborhood you live in. These aren't necessary pieces of information to give someone you've just started talking to. Check the disabled dating site. Before you make any arrangements, you're going to want to know the dating service you're using is secure. It's important to know if they screen the members, or if anyone can join. Be wary of anyone who doesn't seem upfront. Trust those instincts. Finally, always trust your gut feeling. If something feels off, it probably is. If you're just starting to talk to someone online, tell them you're not interested in pursuing things any further. If you're already out with the individual, make an excuse to leave. Brought to you by DisabledDatingClub.com. Established since 2004. Join us now.